has been a slow-growing industry since the 1970s, but the last 10 years has seen an explosion in business, and there are currently 418 commercial vineyards in England and Wales. In the Exe Valley, you'll find the oldest vineyard in Devon, and I've come here to join owner Roger White and his team on the very last grape harvest of the season.
I understand this is the oldest vineyard in Devon, but how long have you been
We've been here
working
since '94, but it was planted in '76, so this is the 36th year of crops.
Now, what do some of the other more famous wine regions think of English wine?
They're very interested, they're very pleased that we are growing grapes because it's a little sign to them that we're becoming more civilised in their eyes. And I have actually had an inquiry from a Loire grower who wanted a joint venture with me.
Well, we're at the end of the season now, aren't we? So I believe this is the last pick.
I think we're going to have something like 7 to 8 tonnes, and my target is 15 tonnes, so we haven't done that badly. But these are the Dornfelder, the rosé grapes,
okay.
So they look pretty good to me.
OK, let's do it.
OK.
The Devon climate, with its warm summers and generally mild winters, is similar to the French wine-growing Loire Valley area, so it's perfect for a healthy harvest.
Right, so I've got my bucket, got my snippers.
Good.
What's the technique?
OK, it's quite simple, really. Cradle the bunch in your hand, in your palm, cut the stem, not the berries, with your sharp snippers, and don't cut your fingers at the same time.
Sounds simple enough. Here we go.
Good.
That's a
Good
good
bunch,
bunch,
good bunch. 1 bucket, 5 bottles of wine.
1 bucket, 5 bottles. That's not bad, is it? I am pleased with that.
Well done.
Each year, an average of around 2 million bottles of wine are produced in the UK, with the greatest number of hectares devoted to the popular varieties of Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. Once the grapes are picked, the next stage is the pressing, which is being done by Roger's wife, Juliette.
So this process here, we seem to be just crushing them.
That's all we're doing. We're just bursting the berries so that when the press actually operates, the juice comes out quite easily. This helps the juice come out.
Can we have a look at the actual presser and how we turn it from the grapes into this liquid?
OK, so we just flatten this out a little bit. Then we put a mat in next. There we are. And then we'll put some more grapes in from the bucket.
What's the purpose of the mats in between?
It just helps the juice come out.
The juice is pressed purely by the pressure of the layer of mats and the added weight of the fruit in the traditional Italian technique.
Well, it looks like we're doing quite well there already, but this is already pressing.
Yeah.
What I think I need to do is have a taste of this wine.
Yeah, sure.
To turn grape juice into wine takes at least 6 weeks of fermentation, but the vintage that's going to be sold from this batch won't be ready for 6 months.
There we go.
Right.
Starting
This
to go
is-
pink already.
It is, isn't it? This is just the pure grape juice.
Pure grape juice.
That's actually very nice. Could sell it just like this.
Since the mid-90s, this vineyard has grown from under 2 acres to over 7.5 acres. An average of 20,000 bottles of wine each year are produced here, with around 95% of them being sold locally. With West Country Vineyards sparkling at this year's prestigious Winemaker of the Year competition, it seems this region's wine is well on the way to becoming an industry that can take on the world's best.
Well, I'm now convinced that you do not need to move to the Loire Valley if you're looking for countryside living and a good glass of wine at the same time. But are any of our properties the right vintage for Peter and Judy to make the move to Devon? Let's find out. Now, we've been to 3 properties and it's time to find out what you've decided to do. So let's recap. We started with the old blacksmith's cottage.
Well, I loved the situation in the garden. So outside was cool.